Thanks, Karine. Just a couple on the border. First, on the timing, I understand that you've said this is in the works, that it's been out for 6 months, but specifically on this notice coming out last night, is it at all related to the funding request for Ukraine that the administration has been pushing for, given what some House Republicans are saying, that they want border money right now, that they want more focus on border security? Is this some sort of, we will put this out now so we can make more of an effort to get the Ukraine funding?
Look, I wouldn't connect the two. I think, again, the president has said multiple times as answering why now, the president multiple times has asked Congress to appropriate these funds. They wouldn't do it, and so we're moving forward. This is nothing new. This was announced by DHS about 6 months ago, back in June, and that continues to stay the case. Look, as it relates to the border and what Republicans are asking for, we believe one action should not be dependent on another action. It should not be. We've been very clear. In August, the president told Congress we needed up to 4,000 more troops to support border operations, resources, equipment, and overtime to support the operations of 24,000 more customs and border protection, 39,000 more detention beds, new technology to prevent cartels from moving fentanyl. And Republicans failed. They failed to act. And in fact, as I mentioned earlier this week, there were 2 weeks ago, they put forth a CR that proposed cutting the DHS to 8%, which would remove law enforcement at the border, which would make our border less secure. And so, those two things, Ukraine funding, and that should not be linked. We have seen bipartisan support in both chambers for Ukraine funding, and that's what we believe we should be moving forward and continuing that funding for Ukraine. And we've been asking the GOP, House Republicans in particular, hey, to take action, right? To take action in helping us become partners with us in dealing what is happening currently at the border.
You've said many times that the president many times has asked Congress to cancel or shift these funds toward more effective uses at the border. How has he specifically done that? Has that been through formal budget or funding requests? When did that happen?
So I don't have the exact timeline of when those happened.
Can we get that?
I'm certainly can ask our Office of Leg Affairs. Certainly his team works on that, and so I'll ask the Office of Leg Affairs.
And this appropriated funding from 2019, does that have an expiration date?
I don't have the timeline or the date on if there's an expiration. I would refer you to DHS on that particular question. But again, we are complying by the law on this. Okay, Joe.
Could there be future border projects from the same amount allocation of funding that was appropriated in 2019? I mean, is this the end of it?
Look, I don't know about any additional funding from the fiscal 2019. I can speak to this right now as it relates to the structure that we are being compelled by law to have to deal with. Anything specifically about border or what's next or how they're moving, I would certainly refer it to DHS.